There you go. Play the intro, baby.
What up? It's your boy Fanta here, and
Anonymous.
and we're here with the episode what now?
Uh,
I believe it's 7 or 8. I believe it's 7.
Hey, don't touch me, man. I don't know. I don't know.
You don't even know.
I don't even know.
God, it's too early for numbers. Is that it?
No, this is episode 6. I think this is episode 6. Don't trust me.
No.
Don't ask me again. I think
No.
it's not. It's episode 7.
No,
then.
don't do this to me
Wait,
right
it says
now,
it right
bro.
there on our doc. Yo, welcome to episode 7, baby. Welcome to episode 7. I'm over here. I got it right in front of me, and I'm not even looking at it. It's cause I can't see from this side. And it's
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot you were the patch on that side.
I'm blind. I only have one eyeball. I lost my other eye in the meme wars.
Can you tell me how the meme wars were?
Not on screen, not on this podcast. We'd have to talk about it. I got PTSD, man. Yo, where's my sad violin?
You get flashbacks to Trump's toupee flying away.
One day we'll go into detail about the meme wars. One day we'll go into detail.
Yes, tell me what games you were playing today, because I wasn't privy to your streams today. By the way, you can check them out on twitch.tv/Bravery.
Right, you can check him out at twitch.tv/Infanta. But it was a weird week. I started off the week with I went live and I just was like, damn, there's nothing I really feel like streaming. I'm in a spot where there's not a lot of games that I feel like playing right now. I don't feel like playing Smash. There's no game I'm hyped for release for yet for this year. And I don't know what else to stream because nothing is really catching my attention. But
wait. What about Monster Hunter Rise?
I know you're hyped for it, but I'm not.
Oh, you're not that hyped for it.
I'm not the biggest Monster Hunter fan yet. I might become one because you are getting me into it. But realistically, I'm not super jazzed for it. But I did play a lot of Scott Pilgrim this week. I was playing with J Kid. And that game is very difficult. Holy crap. I didn't even realize how hard that game is. And you have to level up. You have to grind in that game. Even though it's a beat 'em up, it has more replayability than a regular beat 'em up because you actually get experience points and you level up and stuff and you unlock new moves and characters and stuff. So it has good longevity for a beat 'em up game.
Do you get invincible frames in between some special moves or whatnot?
You might. I don't even know. I haven't unlocked everything yet. I haven't unlocked everything yet, but other than that, I tried out Parsec this week, which is, for people that don't know, it's I don't even know how to describe it. It's like letting someone into your computer as player 2 in any video game that you want. So it's if me and Sin were to use Parsec, and let's say we wanted to play Ninja Turtles in Time online, right from his house, me here. He get a Parsec account, I get a Parsec account, I invite him to my account, and then I load up any game. I can load up any game, anything on my computer, and we could play it online. So it's really good for playing vintage games online, and it's really good for playing modern fighting games because you can even do it with Steam. You can pretty much invite anybody to be your player 2 in any game. And it works pretty well. So we were playing Capcom vs. SNK2. We were playing a lot of WWF No Mercy.
I saw that.
We played Ninja Turtles. We played Ninja Turtles for the GameCube, which that was my first time playing it. And it looks pretty good for a GameCube game. And we played Def Jam Vendetta online, which all great experiences. The online was working pretty well. So that was cool this week. But that was pretty much my week. Just Scott Pilgrim and a little bit of Parsec testing, I guess. Parsec testing was pretty much what it was. How about you, Sin?
Parsec testing. You got me interested in that. I never heard of it.
We're going to try it. It works pretty well. A lot of fighting game communities use it to play retro fighting games online.
Oh, well, wow. Okay, I'm going to have to look into it because I had no clue. I've been playing Minecraft because everybody on our community that, the Smash Bros. Community that used to be Smash Bros. Players right now, for some reason, are shifting to Minecraft. And so that's what they dragged me down to the pits of hell. And listen. For those out there that love Minecraft, I'm not hating on it. I'm not saying I don't like it, but the only thing I find enjoyable within the game and quote unquote relaxing would be what do you call it? Mining. I don't like to build anything. That's not my cup of tea. So
wait,
most
what?
of the
So
time I'm like, huh?
You don't play it to build stuff. You're playing it just to mine stuff.
Yeah, you will literally. So I'll play the role of the miner, and then everybody else just goes. So you brought the stuff?
I've never played Minecraft. I don't know. What do you do after you mine? Like, what do you do with the loot you get? I guess from mining.
So essentially, what you do in Minecraft is you build as you like after the material you acquire, and then it has like a sub story behind it, where you beat this thing called the Ender Dragon, I believe. And then that's essentially how you beat the game. Just getting strong enough to be able to go to the Nether and then fight the Ender Dragon. The problem comes when you have the added like all the other added things such as Minecraft story or whatnot, and all this adage that I don't give a crap about. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't like just sitting there for hours just putting things together, making it look nice. No, I'll go. You want me to go down to the mines and get you some diamonds and gold? That's what I'll do. I'll do that.
I mean, but the fun is in the creation, right? It's in the customization, building your own world and all that jazz, right? And inviting your friends to your world and stuff.
Yeah, I enjoy being with the people. That's the part that obviously I enjoy, and that's what I used to enjoy about the Smash Bros. Community as well, and still do. The building's not for me. So what you do is, if you have a area full of people, I can actually take my position, and I have a designated position, which is just mining, and so I don't feel as though I'm not doing enough. Everybody else, like two other individuals only like building, they don't like mining. Well, I'll just go mine, and I'll feel that side of that aspect, and then they'll build. So
also, you get other people the materials.
Yeah, that's correct.
So you're like the worker bee then. You're like
yes, I work for the missus.
Miner 49er over here.
I work for the the queen bee. Shout out to Beyonce. Shout out to Beyonce for shutting down Jay-Z, by the way, this week. You didn't see that?
What she did?
Oh, you didn't see Beyonce. Shout out to Beyonce again. Yo, that lady.
I don't know too much about celebrity news and culture and stuff. What she do?
We're not talking about that particular, but she shut down that color. So somebody has shouted out to Jay-Z real quick. They were like, "Oh, I like your pink suit," and he's like, "It's mauve." And then Beyonce's like, "Calm down."
It's what?
It's mauve. I don't know what that means. It's like a different color. Like let me see. I'm gonna look this up real quick. It's mauve. It's a color. It's a color.
Okay then.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Anyways.
But
man. I was playing that. I was playing Minecraft, and then I was playing Immortals: Phoenix Rising, and it's
how
kind of a.
that?
Huh?
How you liking it?
I'm loving it. So I thought I was gonna hate it. I'm not gonna lie.
We were making fun
somebody
of that
got it from
game.
me.
We were making fun of that game episode 1.
Yes. I regret it. I love the game. Somebody got it for me, and then I started playing it. It's kind of like a, how do I say, Breath of the Wild mixed in with Assassin's Creed. And a little trinkle in there of
it's a Bubisoft game, right?
Huh?
Bubisoft game, right?
Bubisoft, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Bubisoft.
Yeah, and then they just essentially made a comedy fest out of it. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, they're serious, and it's essentially you explore like a Breath of the Wild-esque world with adventure theme to it, and it has a story about the Greek gods. And I'm thinking, okay, it's gonna be a story about the Greek gods. It's gonna be all serious. No, wrongo, friendo, because Zeus is a douche. And Prometheus is sitting there telling stories as Zeus is like, so is this main character going to rescue us or what? Because we're up against Typhon and, he's pretty evil. And he's just like the whole time, this is a gag for him. And I'm just like, yo, Jesus. And they actually got a couple chuckles out of me. I'm like playing a video game and actually laughing. It's been years since I've actually laughed while playing a video game.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And obviously Smash Bros, which never goes without playing. So...
Maybe I gotta get back to playing Smash Bros.
Yeah, when you gonna catch these hands?
Right now. Throw me
Oh,
my hands.
all right, guys. We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
Yo, man, the freaking Resident Evil vampire chicks have taken over the internet, bro. They've taken over
unreal.
Twitter. People used to be scared of Resident Evil monsters. Now they want to be actually strangled by them and abused and be submissive to them. Because we have this giant, what is she, 9 foot, 8 foot woman?
Yeah, 9 foot. She's freaking 9 feet.
And everybody's looking at her like, hello, baby. How you doing? Hey. Yo, man. So it's a case of where, like, I know that the developers knew that was gonna happen. I feel like this is like an intentional thing. Like, we need to make a internet worthy character that's gonna be like memeable and cosplayable,
right?
And be all over the place when we reveal her, because we don't even know what the main character looks like. We sort of know because he was the main character from Resident Evil 7 also, but it's a first person game, so you don't really see his face that much. But they are hyping the shit up out of these chicks, and people are eating it up. And
the thing that always, since I know it's Resident Evil, right?
Yeah.
In the back of my head, I'm watching all these weirdos go, "Ooh, mamacita," right? And on the one hand, I understand because I like somebody that's a tall lady that sings very well. Anyways, and I understand that part. Don't get me wrong, guys. I understand. But
shout out to
we
Meg
know
the
it's
Stallion.
Huh?
Shout out to Meg the Stallion, right? This is what's in style right now. She's like,
yo, for real. We've just been injected.
These statuesque, like, Amazon women are like really in style right now, and I dig it, man. I love all body types and all shapes, so I dig it. I'm not mad at it.
Doesn't she actually play video games for real? For real?
I don't know if she plays video games, but she definitely likes anime, so she's cool in my book.
Oh, okay.
She mentioned
so everybody's looking at her like that, and I'm just thinking, when is she really gonna reveal how she looks?
Oh yeah, because she's gonna transform into something. This is Resident Evil. She's gonna mutate into something hideous, and people are still gonna like it. Probably.
I won't let you get over.
People are still gonna like it, I bet. But overall, this is cool for the game. I'm still not very impressed with the game, to be honest with you. Like I said, no. I'm not too big on when Resident Evil tries to be a little more supernatural horror and less like scientific horror. I like it when it looks like these monsters were created in a lab, but this game looks like it has werewolves, 10-foot tall women, vampire chicks that can turn into mosquitoes. How are you gonna explain that with science to me? How, Sway? How, Sway? But they are beautiful. I'll give them that. Bloody teeth.
Yeah, sure. So that's how we're gonna. That's the cake we're gonna bake. Okay, got it.
That's the cake that people are gonna die on for real this time, literally in the game.
Well, maybe they don't really transform into those, right? Maybe it's an illusion.
Nah, they're gonna turn into something crazy. Oh, you're saying in the game's lore, if that's really like what they're doing, or it's a hallucination. It could be a hallucination thing, but I kind of hate that excuse too, because too many games use it.
Wait, hold on. No. Okay, pass this by me.
Okay.
So does the lady actually transform into something?
I haven't seen the 10-foot woman turn into stuff, but her daughters, she has 3 daughters too that are vampires. They turn into like mosquitoes, I think, or flies when they warp around the stage. They turn into like little insects and stuff, like 1,000 little insects.
All right. Okay.
So yeah, they got to explain that. It's probably gonna be like hallucination or something. I don't know.
I don't like it.
Yeah, Resident Evil 7 had something like that too, where the little girl could make you hallucinate, but she's like a product of science also. So,
and that made sense though.
Kind of.
To a degree.
I don't know. I
don't like it.
I'm over here talking shit, but I know I'm gonna buy that game. I have every Resident Evil game, so I'm gonna get it. But it's definitely not. It's definitely not. As of right now, it's not looking like it's leaning towards the side of Resident Evil that I like.
Oh, okay.
I like Resident Evil in like urban environments. I love running through a city and there's like mad zombies.
It feels like you're claustrophobic in a sense.
I like a claustrophobic game. I like it when you're like a lonely cop and doesn't know what's happening. I don't like when the characters know too much about what's happening. Yeah, because then it's like, where's the scare? They've already encountered giant monsters before, so they're like pros at killing them. It doesn't matter anymore. There's not a lot of fear involved in it, you know?
I wish they would make it so that I know someday there's going to be a game that's going to take a. I don't know if I should say this idea because I'm pretty sure somebody's already thought about it, or maybe they haven't used it, or maybe they've used it. I don't know, but
Capcom's
yeah,
listening.
I've always had this idea of there's going to be a third person shooter game, not a first person, not a first person. You make it so that in the beginning of the game, the individual actually has fear shake. So when they go to aim guns, they miss,
they
and you
stutter
can't
stuff.
control it. And then as you level up, you get stronger.
That's like Eternal Darkness. But Eternal
Oh
Darkness,
my God, yes!
Eternal Darkness, you don't get stronger though. Like how scared you are will depict, if you hallucinate or if you see how you call it, if the game messes. Remember, it deletes your memory card.
Yes, yeah.
That game used to mess with people. Used to like being scared in that game because you have a sanity gauge. When the sanity gauge is close to empty is when fun stuff happens in the game. Your files could delete, your head could explode, you see extra monsters.
I love it.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a good game. One of a kind.
So maybe that'll be it. Somebody get to work on that idea, guys.
Yeah,
Call me.
That's Nintendo's only horror game, like straight up horror game that they've ever published.
Really?
Someone might correct me, but from what I think that's the only horror, like straight up scary game that Nintendo's ever made. If you don't,
let me run something by you real quick.
Okay.
Also run down the timer for me on today because I actually don't have a timer on me.
Okay. I got you.
So this is something that I'm gonna talk about in further detail in the next podcast, but I'm gonna bring it up so I can remember. I watched a documentary on Nintendo, and it made me realize that the reason we even think Nintendo once upon a time had a good history was because Reggie and Iwata made it look as such. But Nintendo has all along from the beginning been about obviously profit and not making a loss business for anything they make. That I've known that much. But Iwata and Reggie took it upon themselves to refranchise after the Blue Ocean strategy. And I saw a video about that, and I don't know if you felt the same. Like you probably had like a different perspective on Nintendo. But I saw a video and opened my eyes. I was like, yeah, you're right. Nintendo has always been crappy with their decision making in business terms, not game terms, because gaming, they make great games, but business terms, they've always had a horrible decision making.
I can agree with you. I don't know. I didn't really have as a kid, I didn't have an understanding of business culture as a kid. So for me, I was never thinking about who's making the games until I became like a teenager. And by the time I was a teenager, that was when kind of Reggie and Iwata was already running things already. So like my earliest memory of knowing who runs Nintendo is like I had a Game Informer magazine, I think, and it said that the old Nintendo president was stepping down, that he was a hard ass, and that Iwata was stepping in, and Iwata was a little more. He was a gamer at heart, so he was a little more about the community and gamer culture.
Now, don't get this, guys. To anybody that's listening, I understand Nintendo needs to make a profit, and that's what business is about. It's always, at the end of the day, is making a profit, capitalizing on that and gaining from it. But, looking back on Nintendo's history, they've had this history of disenfranchise. I can't even say the word, but just taking their franchise and overselling it and overshadowing others and just cutting everything away from individuals. And I'll get into that in the next podcast because I don't want to eat up too much time. But yes.
Oh yeah, I can agree with that. Nintendo used to put like crazy licenses. They used to only let third parties release like 3 games I think it was 4 or 5 games a year on their consoles. So Konami had to go make fake companies so they could release more games.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's a good topic. Yeah, say that for next week. That's that one I can go in.
Yeah, I can go in even more. But now that I
can go in.
But so here's something that adds to decision making. So people have been going on about making decisions about letting just entertainment and influencers be who entertains your kids. And Ninja was on the spotlight this week for that, for speaking about parents letting influencers and entertainers on YouTube and online be what more or less raises their children. And he got canceled, quote unquote, for that, for not speaking against white privilege. What?
Yeah, I don't know what he could say against it. I don't know. This is a weird topic because it's like I don't know too much. I don't know. I don't want to get into none of this kind of stuff.
It doesn't. It's not about wanting to. It's just it doesn't make sense. That's the truth of the matter is, guys, you gotta raise your kids. Even before influencers, there was TV and shows and movies, and you knew they had ratings, and people disregarded them. I am a product of that. But my mother actually used to keep a track of what I used to watch. So she did her part. What I'm saying is, guys, make sure you know what you buy. Video games. You buy video games for your kids, know what they're playing. If you let them watch video games, make sure that whoever is interacting with the video game and the product that they're presenting to you, be it streaming, be it YouTube gaming, be it video game making, but commentary, make sure that whoever's producing that, it's in a child-friendly environment. Depending on the age.
Yeah, it's not Ninja's job. I agree with what Ninja said, where it's not his job to speak on these things and teach kids these things, because that's not what he's trying to do on Twitch every day. He come up there and be a teacher.
Yeah.
You know, he's a gamer. He's a gamer, gets paid to be a gamer.
And so for that, for not even, and I don't know why they want to label him and be like, oh, he didn't speak against white privilege. It's like, what?
The thing is, here's what I think when I see these kind of things, because this happens all the time. Everybody likes to ask somebody a left field question that they're not ready for, and they just say whatever's on the top of their head, and then the Twitter goes ahead and dissects every little section of the response and says this guy is wrong because of this, because he said
or
this,
their history
or dissects their history and wants to crucify. We crucify people. I remember they asked A$AP Rocky about Black Lives Matter, and he said, I don't know about that because I'm rich. I don't have to deal with
Heck, you don't even need A$AP Rocky. You could just use me as an example. Anybody can go through my history and grab clips from old videos and you know, and know that my product back in the day was not child friendly. And I've said heavy controversial things. But at the end of the day, we all grow, we all age, we mature.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I just feel like no matter what he had said, there would have been a backlash, because you know that's what Twitter does. They wait for someone to say something that they can pick apart. Oh, he just gave us a backdoor key to dissect what he said and make him look bad because he's on a platform and a pedestal right now. He's at a stage in his career where the majority of people on planet Earth probably know his name. So let's take this opportunity to dissect what he's saying and make him look bad. You know. Speaking
about backlash, Sega's about to have a lot of backlash from me, bro. I need to hold on.
Okay, so Sin is referring. Sin is referring to Roger Craig Smith, who's been the voice of Sonic for about 10 years now, probably 10 years now. Is no longer going to be voicing Sonic. I guess it was a choice of Sega, because from what Sin told me before the stream is that Sega wants the movie actor, the guy who played Sonic in the movie, to be the voice in the video games too. And this is kind of like what they did when the Sonic X anime was on TV. They wanted the Sonic X cast to be the voices of the guys of Sonic in the game. That way there's continuity between the show and the video games. People recognize the voice. As far as Roger Craig Smith, he does a great Sonic voice, which I wouldn't have even imagined that was possible, considering the characters he plays a lot. He plays like Captain America. He plays like he was in Resident Evil 5. He was Chris Redfield. He plays a lot of heroic, big, strongman characters because he has a very, I guess, dominant, like leadership sounding voice. He has a voice of like a leader.
No, he has shoes to fill too, because even though the Sonic games historically haven't been taken in that well, the person that was doing the voice acting before him was doing a good job. It's not about if the product was great or not. The voice actor was also on point. So
people just liked him. The voice acting in Sonic has never been that good. Actually, I'll go as far as to say that.
No, I'm talking about the individual, not like the product to complete.
Yeah, you grow up with a voice and forget about it. That's your voice, whether it was good or not. That's the voice that you hear in your head. Like for me, I always hear the Sonic Adventure voice in my head. I don't even know that guy's name, but for me, to this day, that's still Sonic's voice for me because that's the one I heard the most. So even with Roger Craig Smith, I don't think of him when I hear his name. I don't think of him as Sonic the Hedgehog. I think of him as, like I said, Captain America and Chris Redfield, because those are the characters I grew up learning about Roger Craig Smith. I knew his name because of those games.
Now, did I see here? They're trying to have the guy that did the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. What's his name?
Ben Schwartz. He's
Ben Schwartz. He has a cheese grater nose.
Satan said that before the stream, and I was like, "You're gonna have to say that again when the stream starts, because that was too good."
Now I'll say it 100 times, man. I need it. Please come through. I'm about to make some. Anyways.
But Ben Schwartz is a decent comedian. He's a funny actor. He's done a lot of bits, and he was in Community for a while. Or actually, I think he's in the entirety of it. He's a supporting character on Community. And hearing him in the movie, like, yeah, he has a good Sonic voice. I liked his Sonic voice, but to get him to do the games, I don't know if he'll do it. He's pretty high up there on the celebrity totem pole. He's making a name for himself now. To dedicate himself to just being the voice of a video game character, I don't even know if Sega could afford him. I don't know. And then the issue with getting a Hollywood actor to voice a character in a video game alongside other voice actors who are primarily video game voice actors. Video game voice actors, you know they're a video game voice actor when you hear them speak. Like when I hear Tara Strong, and I think, yeah, I could see her voicing a character in a video game, but I can't necessarily see her voicing a character in a movie. When I hear Ben Schwartz, I could hear him voicing a character in a movie, but not in a video game. And then, like a game like Metal Gear Solid 5 that had I forgot the guy's name. The guy from 24 was the voice of Solid Snake, and then he was there talking to the guy who voiced Miller, who's a video game voice actor. I think Robin Atkin Downs, who voices Travis Touchdown in No More Heroes. And there's a weird disposition where one guy takes his job a little more serious than the other, because movie actors don't take video games seriously most of the time.
Yeah, I said David Hayter. Hayter, what that last name?
David Hayter was a great voice actor for Solid Snake.
Big Boss. Oh.
Yeah. But I don't know. I remember that they got the guy from Game of Thrones, Peter Dinklage, to be in the game Destiny, and he just did not sound like he cared. He just was reading his lines like, whatever. Even Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk 2077. They say that Keanu Reeves it's cool that he's there, but he doesn't really read the lines like he cares too much. I don't think Keanu Reeves plays video games.
I think he didn't understand the crunch time that they do with these things either.
I guess. I mean, I feel like get a video game voice actor and he takes his job seriously and he's grateful to have that job. You get a movie actor to do a video game, sometimes they don't care. The paychecks is not enough for them to care about it. You know? Also,
I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep my voice down with this new mic provided to you by Bravery Studios. Make sure you check out Bravery Studios.
Yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about movie actors voicing video game characters? Have you ever
movie actors voicing video game characters. I've seen it in the past, and I've heard them, do voice acting. The majority of the time, unless they have done unless they have done a movie where they did voice acting as well, they come in unprepared completely. Because it's a different beast altogether. You have to understand that you don't have body to drive through the notion of the voice acting. You don't have your face and your perspective and your narrative, your physical attributes. So you only have your voice, and voice can be very powerful to persuade individuals to understand the mechanics within a video game, depending on the pitch and the tone, everything you bring forward.
Keep talking. I'm looking for something.
I could keep talking forever. At the end of the day, the issue that happens, guys, is that if you bring somebody that's ill prepared to voice act within a video game, and they don't have the practice, they're pretty much going to be screwed. So they're gonna come in and they're not gonna sound as prepared as others. And those of us that have listened already to people that are very that are veterans at video game voice acting, we hear the immaturity, and that's not to knock them for trying, of course. You know, if they come in and they do it one time incorrectly, that doesn't mean we're just going to be like, oh, well, they shouldn't do video game voice acting again. You know, that just means that, well, if you're going to come into a product, respect it when it comes in, you know, when you come in.
No, some of them shouldn't do video games ever again. The ones who don't care, the ones who are just there for the paycheck shouldn't do it. Don't just do it for the paycheck. It's not even that big of a paycheck either way.
No. They never do it for the paycheck, guys.
Yeah.
Heck, I'm doing this out of love too. We're right here doing this out of love right now.
Facts. Like I can't think of any Hollywood actor who's done a good job in a video game. The only one that I kind of think of is Patrick Stewart, because he was in Castlevania: Lord of Shadows, and he did a good job in that game. But I can't think of anyone else. And Patrick Stewart's dope in whatever he does. But anyone else, I can't think of any good Hollywood.
Oh my god!
Sega needs to reconsider getting Roger Craig Smith back, because he was a good voice for Sonic. Reconsider. The fans love him. You know, he has a good Twitter presence, because people were leaving. His tweet got a lot of retweets and a lot of people talking under it. So reconsider.
I don't see that many people on this that have done. Apparently, Kit Harington was in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Oh wait, okay, so that's a good point. Kevin Spacey did a good job, but that's Kevin Spacey. Even though, you know, history aside, we're not gonna talk about that.
I ain't gonna touch Kevin Spacey. Pause.
yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. But he did a good voice acting, and Norman Reedus. Those are two people that come to my head, but that's it. I can bring up other people, but no.
I'm forgetting Norman Reedus. Norman Reedus did a good job in Death Stranding, despite the game being incomprehensible. But they
could have worked on that game better.
He did a good job in that game.
I think what happened with that game was that they threw in too many ideas at once, and they didn't land any one of them on the wall properly.
I see that a lot in people when they're too inspired, or they have too many ideas and they want to stuff it all into one project, and it doesn't all come together correctly. There's such thing as being too motivated or too inspired. Sometimes you got to narrow down your goals a little bit. But yeah, I agree with what you said. So what we got Introspective takes a break from Smash Bros. Due to mental health issues. Talk to me about this one, Sin.
All right, so Introspective is a huge. So I had to mute my mic because somebody's doing it in the kitchen, and you know Puerto Ricans are pretty loud. Latinos are loud.
So chacho, brother.
So we have Introspective, that's a Smash Bros. Player / YouTuber. And he translated from the Smash Bros. Community a while ago into YouTube video game making and just video game. Entertainment purposes on YouTube. Video he's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, content creation, right? You mean?
Yeah, content creation. Yes, that's the. I'm fried.
The internet term for it.
Right? So he's been doing that for a while and never took a break. And I think this is a decision that we could all relate to. You know, those of us that are workaholics, we don't think about our mental health being a consistent endeavor that you should be understanding of and stabilize. Because we look at our bodies and our physical limitations, we understand those extremely well. So whenever we go into work and we know that our body is hitting a limit, we tell our boss, hey, like, I need a break, or alter our job perspective. But our minds are a different story. And so he didn't take a break. And now, unfortunately, he's burned out completely. He's hit rock bottom mentally.
Which is a common thing for content creators. They get burnt out. I almost feel burnt out right now on that, like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, with not knowing what to stream, what kind of content to make. This podcast is like the only new thing that is really that I'm working hard at. But with the stream, I'm just going live just to go live now. Yeah,
I'm not even trying to kiss ass. When you came to me with this idea, I was like, you know what? I don't care about the numbers. Let's just, try something new and have some fun because
yeah.
I've been a Twitch streamer now. Well, not only Twitch, just in general. I've been a streamer for 13 years and some change. It's going to be 14 soon. And damn, Justin TV, I remember that. And it didn't, I'm not trying to say I would want to be famous, but who doesn't want to have some kind of fame, right? So you continue to pursue that and you don't stop until you hit some kind of number. And in that pursuit, I burned myself out completely. And you should never do, and I keep saying and because it's so much that I'm trying to rush through quickly, but you just don't want to do that. I don't care what kind of fame you're pursuing. Don't do it, guys. It's not worth it. Do something that provides entertainment value for you, some kind of mental growth as well, and stability. And Marv here as well. He shout out to him because I'll tell you to his face, behind his back, I don't give a crap. He worked hard and continuously tries to produce a better product. But I'm happy that he can have some kind of hospice and respite from that because it's just insane. It's insanity. A lot of work that he does. So.
Yo, you too, man. You always saying I'm doing a lot of work. You work hard too, man. We both do. The whole thing is it's something that has to make you happy, and it's something that you can't you can't go into thinking like I'm a train. I'm gonna be like a locomotive. I'm gonna keep chugging forward until I reach my goal. You really do have to take steps and breathe and walk before you run, and even when you're running, go back to walking when you feel like you're out of air. Because then you'll take too big of a break and then you won't come back to it. So yeah,
right.
Mental strength is what I like to think of it as. Mental health, yes. Mental strength. Mental strength is knowing your limits, knowing that you're not gonna push yourself to a point where it's gonna hurt you mentally. It's exercising your brain to think, I can't do this, so I'm gonna do this on my pace.
That's right.
That's what I'm an advocate of. I'm very much an advocate of mental strength, knowing your limits, knowing not to push yourself to your brink because it will hurt you. I will
add to that. I made that mistake I almost made that mistake this week. I believe it was Thursday. I tried to stream, and unfortunately, I have had and I didn't ping this on news that we were going to talk about, but somebody was trying to use Attica's legacy to get famous. Now, I'm not going to go into details, but it definitely upset me to know that somebody's using a person that's no longer here's legacy to get more famous. Attica was a beloved video game content creator / entertainer, and we miss him dearly. It's gone 2 years now. And that didn't help my mental state. And so Thursday, I was going to push past that, and I decided to click live, and I regret it extensively because from Thursday onward, I've been just trying to recover. And I decided not to stream Friday and probably up until next Thursday for my well-being. So it's something that you have to take into account every time you hit that live button. Are you doing it for yourself, or are you doing it to just go live, or, for fun? What are you doing it for?
Yeah, man. You gotta take those things into account for sure.
Yeah, see, so in case you guys are wondering, do we actually talk about mature conversations? Today's been a little heavier than usual, hasn't it?
Is it? Yeah, we gotta soften it up. Let's throw some shade at Microsoft real quick then, so we're not all serious and jazz.
Boy.
So apparently they were gonna raise the price of their online service. I think what were they gonna raise it, like $10 or something like that?
I think it was something like that. No, hold on, I'm gonna look into this even more because I'm pretty sure it was more than that. No,
people were flipping their wig. Let's see.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yes.
Yeah, the company also said they would raise the price of a 1-month membership by $1 and increase the 3-month membership by $5. So people were losing their minds, and it's funny because I think people always do this whenever a price goes up on something, and they backtracked once they got so many complaints for it, and it's.
But so I know why it happened. It's not because of the price increase so much, more so that what they were presenting in exchange, because they've had a history of providing free, gaming extra content or tidbits along with your subscription, and they were just like, oh well, guys, it's not gonna be free at all anymore. Nothing's gonna be free. Even that part you're gonna have to pay for. It's like, oh. Okay, now you got a problem. So now everybody's like, oh well, yeah, we're gonna raise hell, and then Microsoft was like, no, wait a minute, we'll keep it free. We're sorry.
I feel like Microsoft is still very unable to find footing in the market ever since the end of the 360 era. They haven't really been able to find their footing. When they first unveiled the Xbox One, where it was going to be like, the thing has to always be online. You have to have the Kinect camera to it. It has to scan your room and all this other stuff while you're playing. They just have not been able to find footing since the end of the 360 era, where they were kind of like on top, and doing good with the 360. Because the unveil of this console generation, the Xbox Series X, the Xbox Series S, they still don't really have good footing yet with their fan base, with their community.
What do you think? What do you think is causing that? Because me personally, I feel like it's just they don't have, and this is something that people try to hate on.
They don't have
I feel like they don't have enough exclusives.
They don't have exclusives, and they're a Me Too company, meaning whatever is going on in the market, they're not that different from Sony. They don't have exclusives, and they try to be like Sony. And Sony has strong following. Shout out to DX the Great. DX the Great bleeds Sony, and Microsoft fans don't bleed Microsoft. Like they don't. There's not like a celebration of Microsoft's legacy in gaming like there is with like Nintendo and Smash Bros. or Sony with everything they do. They don't have a big what is it, community like thing where it's, I don't know.
They don't have a big following.
They have people that only play Xbox, but they're not super tied to the brand. They're just there, I guess, because the online is a little better than PlayStation, but I don't know. They don't have. I don't think they have diehard fans like that. Maybe I'm just seeing this from a Sony Nintendo perspective, because that's what I play. I play Sony Nintendo, and if I'm gonna play something from Xbox, I'm gonna just play it on PC.
So it isn't even that. They do have a fan base. They have a hardcore fan base. But the problem with me has always been that if you're gonna make a video game console as of the Wii era, so like after 2012, we're speaking innovation. You have to do it. Why? Well, because we are all fully aware. Huh?
They have to stand out. They're just a Me Too company. They're just doing whatever Sony does.
Yeah, we're all fully aware though that after the phones became strong enough to run video games, that at some point phones and TV are gonna have to blend in. They're gonna have to just combine. And Switch did that relatively well, but it's still a gaming, console. And the future probably is going to be phone integration with video games, and then video game consoles may not be needed. But the only way that we can stop that and push that back is via innovation. So controllers, via the presentation, via what the console can do.
In that front, I think they are ahead of the game in that front, though, because I think we are going to start seeing Xbox Live on mobile devices, on Switch. I think even on PlayStation, you're going to be able to download Xbox Live and stream games. In the game streaming side, I think they're actually ahead.
Okay.
But it's still a thing of not having exclusives, and also just being too similar to what's already on the market. But
right.
Let's see where things go. I don't know. I still don't know where Xbox is gonna be in 10 years. They haven't really wowed anyone for a while, except for like backwards compatibility and the streaming stuff. But we'll see. I don't know.
Maybe if the video game company makes free the games that they bring back, if they make them online compatible, like what do you call it, the multiplayer compatibility issue, they make that thing possible, like throwbacks per se, like just consistently possible for free, they can somewhat.
But that's what the subscription is, right? That's what Xbox
so they don't have in the new console, they don't have free to play games available without an Xbox Live Gold subscription. So yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know what Microsoft's goals are.
Which is Nintendo's problem as well, by the way.
Well, having the game streaming thing?
Well, essentially just having to pay for, video games that have been out for so long. I feel like, if anything, because of the climate in video game right now, you would kind of need an incentive for people to buy video games on a console. And so you
got to give out some free stuff.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say. Well, it isn't technically free because it's their own IP.
Say.
Yeah. So
because Sony gives you 3 free games every month, but if you think about it, you only get those games if you pay for the PlayStation Network. You stop paying for PlayStation Network, you lose access to those games. And Nintendo has a similar thing. You get the NES and SNES collection if you pay for Nintendo Network, but you stop paying and you're not able to play those games anymore. And Microsoft has a similar thing too. I just I feel Nintendo's fault is not having a big enough library in the SNES and NES Connect collection. Like they sprinkle games every randomly. There's not like a periodic release for that.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
I don't know when they dropped. I remember on the Wii. The Wii had the best virtual console. Had the best.
Oh,
Not as far as pricing. Pricing was kind of weird. Like, why am I paying like $5 for like a NES game?
should have been $1.
It should have been like $1, yeah. And but at least every Monday from every week there was a new game releasing, and it had third-party games in there, which they don't have now. They don't have third parties involved with their retro collections or whatever.
I feel like that's hurting Nintendo badly, and it's gonna hurt them in the future.
I don't know, because it might not be Nintendo's fault, because third parties are like, well, we can put our
No. I just meant like the virtual console. They could do that now, and they would do so much better.
I don't understand why they got rid of the virtual console branding. I don't understand that.
So from what I understand, they couldn't get the programming up and proper on the Nintendo Switch. That's from my understanding, because they had it back on the Wii era, but they didn't have it on the Wii U, and it was not transferable. And I don't know where they scrapped it. They must have put it back in the catalog, and then they never did the coding.
I just mean the name Virtual Console, the branding. Like, you're playing like this console is only virtual. It's in your system. You don't have the games. I don't know why they got rid of that branding, because I like the name Virtual Console. Like, it makes sense for what it is. You have a virtual.
They could have still done
Nintendo.
it even now, right? Like
there must have been some reason that they were like, we're not gonna use that branding anymore, because I guess it comes with the expectation of you buy these games on Virtual Console, but the next Virtual Console on the next system, you're not gonna have these games anymore.
Heck, you can even look at the games now that are out that you can play together with other individuals that were never properly multiplayer.
Anything on that you could do it.
So good. Come on, just do it.
Anything on the Switch from those classic collections, you go play any of them online. Multiplayer.
It's so good.
Yeah, and it works well. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think that third parties are gonna get involved with that, because third parties can easily sell you an actual physical copy of a collection of games. Capcom does it, Sega does it, Konami does it. Konami just recently had the Castlevania collection on the Switch, on the PS4, I think, or something like that. So why are they going to put their IPs on Nintendo's collection when they could just do it themselves and cut out the middleman and get the money straight to them? So that's the only thing I think is the downfall of that. But the Wii definitely had the best collection of downloadable retro games on it. 64.
Heck, even
yeah, we don't even have the Nintendo 64 on the Switch yet.
Or
Game Boy.
It would be so good. It'd be so good.
We don't have Game Boy. We don't have Game Boy Advance. We don't have
Virtual Boy.
We don't have we don't have 3DS or DS. On the Wii U, you could play DS games because you have the two screens still. So it's weird. I don't know what the overall goal. Maybe there's not a lot of goals with the retro games. I think they might have done the math and seen that not that many people are even playing the.
No, that's the contrary. They were making some change on that, and even so, it doesn't make logistically sense. It doesn't logistically make sense. They can just transfer the coding of the game. I know it's gonna take a little work, but heck, don't add the online then. Just add the game. Boom, money.
I don't know. There had to be some reason why they don't put that much effort into it.
That adds to what they don't do with the prior games, which they can do now, which is even add more content to older games, which in the future will be a thing. Trust me. Even rebranding, which is what leads to the next topic, where we have Wolf and Smash Bros. Melee.
Yeah, I remember J Kid was telling me about this the other day. He said Wolf's in Melee. So is this part of a mod pack, like as far as like Project M or something?
No. It's its own thing. It's a modding team called Acanella or Acania, sorry, and they modded Wolf into the game, and it's its own mod pack. I'm not sure if it runs with the online. What's the name of not Dolphin, right?
Slippy.
That's the name of it.
Slippy.
What Dolphin? Yeah. Slippy. Why am I thinking of Dolphin? Oh, right. Never mind.
That's the GameCube
My brain
emulator.
just did. Yeah, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
I don't know if it runs with it, but you can absolutely play as Wolf, and it's a different character. It even has different moves, but it is mainly based around Fox's mechanics. He has a different blaster, has a different down air, I believe, and a different back air. One of those.
This reminds me of one Project M added how you call it, Knuckles, and then they added someone else to the game too. I'm trying to remember. Project M was adding new characters, and that was a cool thing too. I don't know. I like when these things happen, but I feel like they don't lead to anything major changing. Like tournaments don't accept mods in them because there's too many variables that they can't foresee, and it becomes like a novelty. Like, hey, look at Fox, look at Wolf in Melee.
Well, I mean, and technically, this actually does mean a lot of things into the future, but we don't know because of the goof. So we don't know if after we can see each other in proper in real life, if the tournament scene is even going to recover. Forget just the games in general. If the tournament scene is even going to recover, are we going to be able to pour money into it? We don't know any of that. We don't know if we can open up tournaments. We don't know nothing. But if it goes well, speaking if it goes well, and we could get tournaments up and running, this legitimately means that we can have Wolf in Melee tournament in the near future.
You really think so? You think they're gonna allow it? I think that
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the character runs. It runs well. It's not glitchy. It's compatible with the game without needing much. But I will say though, this is the issue. Nintendo tends to be overly protective over modded things. So
that's what I'm saying. There's too many variables involved. I don't foresee, tournaments or these bigger companies and sponsors wanting to deal with. Let's put the modded version of the game. You also have a smaller install base because not everybody knows how to install these mods. So if I go to a Melee tournament now, all of a sudden everybody has Wolf except for me. I'm at a huge disadvantage if I don't start learning how to do all this modded stuff.
Sure. Now that I'm thinking about it, though, Nintendo might push back on that real hard because they're already extremely anal when it comes to just Slippy, and it's only online.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't foresee Wolf showing up at tournaments. That's what I'm saying. I think it's cool, but it is like a novelty. It is something that doesn't get built up into something new. Which Project M was a good era because people were unhappy with Brawl. They were like, it was too slow. They wanted to play like Melee again.
So when are you gonna die? I don't know. And then Smash 4 comes out and it's like, so when are you really gonna die in the blast zone? Oh.
The whole Project M era was cool because it was in between Smash 4 and in between Brawl. And then these guys were really updating this game all the time. Like, I remember they added new skins, they added new stages, they did so much to it, and they kept updating it that I saw tournaments for Project M popping up. And I was like, this is incredible. This is what people are going to play now. Nobody's going to do tournaments for Brawl anymore. And I was wrong, of course. They were still doing Brawl tournaments, but once Smash 4 came out, the Project M team just kind of gave up. They were like, "This is our last update," and that's it because everyone jumped onto Brawl. I mean, onto Smash 4.
Yeah, it's Smash 4, and
yeah,
boy, I like how people go, "Oh well, I enjoy Smash 4 more," and realistically, for my character Fox, it was so much better than Brawl. Because Brawl had Shane grabs.
Not for me. Brawl was a nightmare for me. Falcon was horrible in Brawl. That's the only thing.
No, I'm saying Brawl absolutely made Fox and Falco almost unusable because of chain grabs.
Yeah,
you can get chain grabbed into oblivion.
The tripping Brawl was meant for a casual market. They definitely. They weren't trying to go over the hardcore scene anymore. Like Melee is a game for the hardcore scene, and then 4 and Ultimate are like somewhere in between.
Yeah, and then Smash 4 had the whole
yeah.
Like it just felt slow.
It was still faster than Brawl, but it was slower than Ultimate. That's for sure.
I remember when Brawl first came out, everybody was like, "What is this?" Because we're already moving so fast in Melee.
Yo, me as a kid, when I first played Brawl, I didn't understand it. I was like, why does this game feel weird to me? And I didn't even take the time to consider that the game was slowed down drastically. And I remember hating Brawl at first in the first like couple months of it. And then once I got used to it, I started liking it again. But then towards the end, again, like my end days with Brawl were like the worst. I didn't even feel like playing it anymore. Like until Project M came out, or until Project M got good. It was out, but when it got good, like when season 2 happened, I think the 2.0. Yeah. But yeah, man. The one thing I want to ask you, Sin, is why don't they add skins to like sell skins in Smash Ultimate, like for characters? There's no alternate costumes, nothing.
They don't add skins?
Like having alternate costumes for the characters that they can sell as a
pack.
Oh,
you mean like month. Further skins?
Yeah, further skins. Like why can't we get Paper Mario on top of Mario as a skin?
So I feel like Nintendo probably has saved that idea for so long. I've often wondered that could have been the first step. They could have done that in Brawl and they didn't. They could have done that in Smash 4.
Yeah, they have never done it. They've never done it.
I think they're doing that whole policy where it's like, well, can we sell it to Sakurai? And I bet you Sakurai has ultimately said no every time. Simply because it's this juxtaposition with Sakurai and us. Sakurai dislikes heavily the fact that the game is competitive. He's trying to make amends nowadays, but in the past, he absolutely disliked the fact that we had a competitive scene. And we're a really small portion of it to begin with. So he has tried his best up until Smash Ultimate to not bring in more followage to the competitive scene, and to no avail. Like we're still here. Unfortunately, it's not the game that's shut it down. It's not the tournaments. You know, we have a global pandemic happening, and that's what finally has kind of like shut down the situation, and it's not looking good for us.
Okay, but what I still don't understand what that has to do with like the costumes, like just
custom is the one thing that's an aesthetic.
Yeah, and what that means is that thing. That's not even like a competitive thing. That's a casual.
No. You got to think about it from the perspective of a business decision. Okay. So, to a business maker, a business decision making, they will look at it as okay, well, what is a prospect that will bring back a competitive player to already gain a game that already has a base for competition, and that's what they're against, right? Well, aesthetics is the first thing that you can sell, other than DLC content. And that's, that was until recently, that was a change of the tide, where all of a sudden now they're doing DLC characters. But I guess they didn't put that into the agenda until now. And so I could see why they haven't added it, just simply because they're like, okay, let's just focus on releasing characters. But I'm guessing in the near future, they could very well do it.
I think it's that. I think it's because they're putting all of their time into releasing new characters, that maybe designing skins will take up too much time from the team or something. But
yeah,
damn, like I don't know, because Fortnite makes millions off of their skins, character skins. Every character plays the same, but the skins and the costumes is what people go crazy for. And I feel like financially, that pays for itself. Like if you take other people from different teams and say these are the guys that are just designing outfits for the characters that people can buy, then that pays for itself, because people will I'll buy all the costumes even for characters I don't even play with, just so that when my friends come over, they have more options for what kind of Peach they want to play. They want to play with Peach with the motorcycle outfit from Mario Kart Wii. You want to play with the soccer outfit from Mario Strikers. You want to play with Captain Falcon from the Super Nintendo Captain Falcon. You want to play with Fox, but he looks like Melee Fox. I don't know. I feel like that's easy money, and it's kind of weird that they don't want to do that, or they don't want to put effort into it. It pays for itself. I bet you would buy Melee Fox in a heartbeat, right?
Sorry, I had to. My mother just came back. Okay, so
that's cool.
Everybody say hi to Mama Car. She was walking by.
Mama Fanta now.
Mama Fanta, right? Now we gotta ask Mama Fanta.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, wanna Fanta? No, wait, no, we can't say. Maybe it's trademarked.
But yeah, you would buy a melee fox skin for
Oh yes.
instantly, right? That's instant
Yes.
money. That's instant.
Instant.
Instant
They
money.
would, yes.
Even Zelda, get melee Zelda, get melee Ganondorf, get Smash Brawl Ganondorf, where he has like the braids or whatever.
Yeah, right. He looked so cool back then.
Yeah, that's easy for a lot of people. Get Link in the tunic again, because we have Breath of the Wild Link, so he doesn't wear the green tunic anymore.
Listen, he does in Breath of the Wild, actually. To be honest.
Yeah, he wears like the tunic of the wild. You're right, but I mean,
Yeah,
like,
he has that tunic of the wild where
um,
you can see his legs.
Yeah, I meant like the
happy about
64 tunic.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that. That tunic for the Breath of the Wild is just wrong.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day we'll get different outfits for characters in Smash Bros. Maybe.
I see them doing it in the next game, not in this one.
Yeah. All right. Well, bro, let's skip ahead to our feature presentation, because I think we're running low on time over here.
And now, our feature presentation.
GameStop.
Jeez, I know you all want us to talk about this. Oh boy. So we have GameStop causing a scene for us in the gaming community, and then it just leaked into mainstream media. So we have this this Reddit community. Essentially, I'll give you the layman's terms. We had this Reddit community pouring in money to GameStop, knowing that they were fully in a couple years they're gonna crash, and it was just a trolling. They were doing this for trolling, essentially. And they had their stock crashed because they were essentially at one point $73 from 161. They went all the way up to $61 a share, which is nuts.
Side note, I don't know anything about the stock market, so telling me it's 61 or 73, I don't even know any of this stuff.
So they just had a whole bunch of Redditors come together, troll the crap out of GameStop, raise how much they were worth. And then all of a sudden, people came through and said, "Oh, this stock looks nice. Let's invest in it." And so they did as well. But then all of a sudden, people pulled out their money, and now GameStop is hemorrhaging. It's hurting. So essentially, an investment company was about to sell the company. Redditors all trolled GameStop by buying stock. Then other companies started buying the stock. GameStop stock soared. Now it went down and it made the news because nobody has ever done that in stock and trade. Well, that I know that for something that we care about, right? So for video game, and that's they're even trying to decide if they're gonna get the FCC involved. They even trying to decide if this is illegal because people came together in a Discord and it sounded insane. I'll try to get a clip of it and play it next podcast because it was actually a whole bunch of people in this Discord just yelling like this was the stock market.
Yeah.
Just yelling. And so it came down into a head on Friday, where we had Robinhood shut down any kind of purchases that you can make on particular stock, such as AMC, which we know is in danger right now, the theaters, and GameStop and others. And that is one of the most messed up things that you can see, because you can't buy, you can only quick sell. And what that means is that you see people controlling the market. You see the rich people all of a sudden mad that the little guys are like, well, why don't we make money too?
Yeah. So this is a thing of hey, the underdogs are winning right now, so we have to slow this down or stop this from happening.
Yeah, so they essentially made people that usually make money by making more money and leaving us in the trail, and people that don't have that much money came together and poured it into it to troll them, and then they troll themselves.
And Robinhood is supposed to be an app to help the little guy navigate the stock market, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, dude, some people made $7.8 million gain.
Yeah.
That's insane. And then I've seen actual billionaires crying over this, which is hilarious.
Of course. I mean, I don't know how it works. To me, it all sounds like gambling to me. What does this mean for GameStop? Because this is the only part of the equation that I kind of understand.
Okay, so what this means for GameStop
Is
is
this
that
good or
they're
bad for
literally.
GameStop?
Wait,
Is this good or bad for GameStop?
Okay, so in the end, it doesn't change a thing. GameStop
Nothing?
is already is still projected to crash, in the near future. We're talking about 20. I don't see it going past 2024, 2025. I don't see it going past that. It's already had a steady decline because physical purchases for video games are not that extent. They're losing a lot of hold in the bigger markets. In lesser countries, they still do a lot of physical purchasing. But that's what it technically means. That the GameStop company is still going to have these same issues that they had prior to this. But what it does mean is that they're being used as a beach ball in the middle of a video game between people that have no money and people that have money. So they're just getting bounced.
I don't like GameStop at all. I've never liked GameStop. Never have I ever liked GameStop. I've always liked the mom and pop spots. Shout out to Young Store in Patterson. But I don't want GameStop to die because that's jobs. That's people that people who love their job there. People who love gaming went to work there thinking that I'm gonna live off of what I love, doing what I love, talking about what I love, and as far as video games. But at the same time, damn, I wouldn't mind if there wasn't a GameStop.
I wouldn't mind if there wasn't a GameStop if we knew that video game stores are difficult to run. Even now, when there's only going to be digital games, that's going to be even more difficult to run. But I want GameStop to go down so that people can appreciate more what we used to have prior to it. Because GameStop has a horrible track record. Horrible. The trade-in at some point turned into you lose all value for whatever it is that you're trading in for a little bit of chunk change.
A brand new game, a used version of a brand new game is only $5 less than the new one. Why I'm gonna pay $5 less for something that's been touched? Like, give it to me $15 less, bro. Like, what is?
No, I'll give it to you straight. There was one time I went in there 2 days after purchasing a game. I beat it, and then when I went back in there, it went from $60 value to $34. So that's all they could give me, and then they went back and sold it at $60. So,
yeah, if it's still brand new, they probably would sell it as new. They've had some shady dealings in there since forever.
So do I feel bad for them? No.
I don't feel bad for the people who run the business, but the employees, I kind of like sympathize with them because they're just trying to make a living, bro. They don't control all the evil shit that GameStop does. But even if GameStop's gone, then it's just gonna be Walmart and Target and department stores selling video games then. So it's still not gonna be good because Walmart and Best Buy, they're not good companies either.
No, they don't care about video games. They just have it there because
have them there on the shelf. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's not a gaming culture in there. So it's a double-edged sword no matter what. GameStop here, GameStop not. There are
go support your local video game store.
Yeah. Go to the mom and pop spots, your local video game store. Build a community around that because I still remember the days of going through downtown Patterson and stopping into every video game store and talking to the guys that work there. I have so many. I worked at some of those stores. Like I hung out in there so much that they gave me a job. So
did I tell you that I one time went to buy something downtown in Patterson, and I went to Young's and as we were coming back, I'm not kidding you. This is not a joke. As we were coming back with GameCube controllers, talking about Smash Bros. This individual that was saying this out loud did not hear us, so there's no way. But somebody across PCC College, all the way across, were yelling, "Fire! Fire!" And they sounded literally like foxes. Fire! I'm just like, what is happening?
That's awesome, bro. Which store did you work at?
No, I didn't work down there. No, I didn't work down there. We went to buy
there. Yeah. I hung out there a lot. I worked at Game Express. I worked at Galaxy Games. I almost worked with Young, but he wanted to pay me too little, so I was like, nah. But
no.
I hung out in all of them though, and yeah, the local spots. Damn, that's something. That's a thing that's kind of lost now. I remember playing fighting games in there, like just hanging out, playing Smash, Street Fighter, CVS.
So what the future of local spots should be video games selling, consoles mainly because it's still prevalent. But that's also very questionable in the future.
Nah, it's lost. It's gone.
I don't think video games are going to have a platform anymore.
No, not a brick and mortar.
But you can do brick and mortar video game console selling, and you can do tournament holding, event holding for games.
That's what I think they should do. They should build community by doing events. I think that's what Digital Press is cool about over here in Clifton. They're pretty cool because they hold the events there. So they have a community of people that are so loyal to that store because, they feel like they're part of a family when they go there.
Yeah, that's what they should do. Everybody should do that.
Yeah, that's what mom and pop shops need to do. Because the mom and pop shops in downtown Patterson that didn't do that are gone now. And Young's there because he kind of still has a good community of people that only buy games from him because they feel like they're part of like that crowd. That's their community.
Mm-hmm. And he still used to sell. I think until recently, he still used to sell older consoles, right?
He still does. He still has a little case with Super Nintendo and its 64 games and stuff. He still does.
I haven't been there in a little bit, so.
Yeah, I haven't been there. Well, every time I'm in downtown, I'll just stop by just to see what's going on, just to make sure he's still there. So he don't go nowhere. But shout out to him. Shout out to these guys that are trolling Wallstreet. I mean,
even Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez was losing her composure. I'm just like, geez, yes.
Yo, shout out to the Revenge of the Nerds that are doing this craziness. And,
also, we had a heavier podcast than usual, but that show we have brains. Damn it, we have brains.
You do. I don't know anything about the stock market. I couldn't even weigh in too much on this topic. But what I will say, it's cool to hear that these guys did something that's probably gonna end up in a movie in a couple years. There's probably gonna make a movie about this.
Yeah, I think this is absolutely. There's gonna be a movie.
They're gonna
about
show
this.
how these guys clowned Wallstreet.
Oh, before we wrap it up, Go Nintendo, shout out to them. I saw a story of them talking about Monster Hunter is gonna have a console, right?
That's right.
I know. I'm gonna get you into the game. I need to get you into it.
Like I said, I played the demo. The controls kind of frustrated me a little bit because I was like, dang, I can't get my brain to remember which button is attack and which one is inventory.
So they made it more friendly in the newer one. That's why, because they've altered it so that it's more friendly to newcomers because the prior games were so difficult. And it's a blend of Monster Hunter World and the old mechanics. So it's a little more difficult than World, from what I can tell. But it's more inviting to the newer players. So I'm hoping that will be a good ground for you to get your feet wet.
I probably just got to keep playing it more. If I play it more, I'll probably get into it. But yeah, the console, they another redesigned Switch. I don't know if in 2021 is worth buying another Switch, even if you're trading, because there might be a Switch Pro on the horizon.
Please, Nintendo.
Maybe not. But if there's not a Switch Pro, then it is worth getting. I don't know. It's always risky to rebuy a console after 4 years of it being on the market because it's like
I had to buy a console this year because mine's the fan just shut down.
Yeah, unless it breaks, then yeah, of course you have to. But if nothing's wrong with your Switch, are you gonna buy the Monster Hunter Switch?
And Joy-Con drift isn't real.
I have Joy-Con drift.
I do too.
Yeah,
right here. I'm just I'll show you. On this one, right here.
I don't have the Joy-Cons I don't use the Joy-Cons that much, so I'm a little bit lucky. But when I do try to play handheld,
you have it on your Pro controller?
No. I have it on the Joy-Cons.
Oh, okay. So you have the Joy-Cons. I play
with the Pro controller, so I don't have to worry about the drift that much. Only when I try to play handheld. But the Monster Hunter the Switch, the new model, it looks amazing though.
Yeah,
I really like it.
Hopefully we have a Pro coming up though, because if Nintendo's smart, we'll talk about that in the next podcast.
Yeah, just to end off, since we brought up the drift, I was watching IGN's Nintendo voice chat. I don't like IGN that much, but just so it gives me something to think about during our podcast, some of the points they make. They were thinking about why hasn't Nintendo fixed the Joy-Con drift yet, and maybe they were thinking that hey, there's a new console on the horizon, so why fix it when we're gonna be selling new versions of the Joy-Cons with the new models soon anyway? Mm-hmm. Or hey, if we get a lawsuit, it's cheaper just to pay the lawsuit off than what it would cost to send everybody in the world new free Joy-Cons or or whatever, or replace all the Joy-Cons that are in stores and then all this other stuff. And
I think it's probably a little bit of both, because the issue is that the lawsuit and Joy-Con drift is something that they've vehemently been not talking about. So it makes you wonder, is it just cheaper to pay off the lawsuit? And unfortunately, that seems to be the case.
It probably is just cheaper. Or like I said, the other option is that there's a new model on the horizon. So all we got to do is wait a couple months, and you could just buy the new console that doesn't have the drift.
That doesn't make me happy at all, though. Nintendo,
It doesn't.
you need to change your stuff.
It doesn't. But Nintendo has like lawyers who are not gamers who don't care. They're like, listen, financially, this is the way to go if you want to make the most money. This is the way
We
to
don't
go.
care.
We
Just
don't
keep
care.
printing
We just-
green.
keep printing the green. That's it. They also were comparing it to the Red Ring of Death with Xbox, and Xbox had to make new consoles to fix the problem.
So what happens is, when you need to remake a whole new console, you have to change all protocol and productivity on the factory, and so that's a lot of work, and it's a lot of money. Just getting everything refinanced. And
I
so,
agree. But 4 years in the making. If it's 4 years in the making, then it's possible. You know what I mean? Or at least 2 years in the making. We've had Joy-Con drift for 2 years now. If they've been working on a new model for 2 years, then we should be good.
they better.
Hopefully.
They better.
I'll give them
They
the benefit
better.
of the doubt. I don't think about the issue too much because, like I said, I don't play with my Joy-Cons that much. I play more with the Pro Controller. And
I
thank
do.
God,
That's why I understand. I used to think that it wasn't real until I got it. Because my first Joy-Cons worked for a long time, and then it just all of a sudden, they got it, and then I bought the new ones, and not even a month later, had it too. So I'm just like,
yep. It's a real thing. Joy-Con drift. Oh man, we should have named the podcast Joy-Con drift.
yeah. Why don't we name it Joy-Con Drift?
That's a good name for a podcast. The Joy-Con drift.
Joy-Con Drift Experience.
You see, that's why we should have waited. I wish we didn't pick our name yet.
Damn.
No, I'm just kidding. I like our name.
Joy-Con Drift.
The Joy-Con drift. Nah, Masking Patch Gaming works too.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for everybody that continues to support us. Make sure you check us out individually at our social medias. I'm at twitch.tv/Sinfanta and Sinfanta everywhere else. And
I'm twitch.tv/Bravery Arcade. Same thing on YouTube, youtube.com/Bravery Arcade. And then I'm Gnarly Marv everywhere else. This was a good one.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one, and as always, mission complete.
8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
We await your return, brave hearts.